So the boys were around my house and all of a sudden somebody knocks on the door. It's a package. Excuse me, this is for Lazarus? Yeah, that's me. It's a box of flowers, right? Like sunflowers, and then there was a special note. This is for my boyfriend, whatever, right? My girlfriend of the time, a few years back, had given to me. Now, obviously the boys are like, wow, look at you, this and that, teasing me about it. And in every friend group, we have that one friend that just doesn't get any girls, right? I don't get any girls now, just take a disclaimer because I'm a religious man. But this is before. And so he said something that was funny, but also very true. He said, wow, you did something that most men never do in their lifetime. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said to me, well, most men only get flowers in their funeral after they're dead. So obviously coming from him and the context and everything, we were dying. It was so funny. But behind this thing that we were all laughing at, there was something more dark, more sinister in this truth. Because it's not only about flowers, but most men don't really get praises, they don't really get compliments, they don't really have love in their life. And it was after this comment that I started to realize it. Because it is true that, I'm a person that was always giving flowers, I'm very romantic, and I'm always, even with people I'm not interested in, with the guys, I'm flirty with them, I give them compliments and stuff, right? It's part of my charisma. But I look at some of the reactions that I get sometimes, and they are, even when I'm not joking around what's up sexy or whatever, when I say something like, wow man, I like your hair, it looks great, a genuine compliment. Or I say something about, bro, this guy has really pretty eyes when I'm describing somebody. After saying things of the sort, I get timid reactions and grateful reactions. Reactions of, hey, thanks man. That makes me feel better about myself. And it breaks my heart that this is the case. It breaks my heart that most men don't get any attention, any love. Even if they are in fact, factually handsome and stuff. It is true that there are people that do get it, but I've realized after me being on the other end of one of those that do get it all my life, because I'm always giving to people, that a lot of people don't actually get any sort of love in the day-to-day basis. I want you to think about this carefully, because as human species, love is everything that we are alive for. Everything that we do is for, in some shape or form, love. Right? We go to work for love. We train our body for love. We train our mind for the pursuit. Everything is for love. So what if there was some people, and half of the population essentially, that never got that love as they go through their life? It's unfair and it's a shame, it's sad. It really breaks my heart. Such is how the world is structured though. Men are not as important for others as the things that men protect. So now that I've raised the problem, what about the solution? Because yes, not many men actually get any love. Most of our brethren are starving. Nobody's giving them anything. The problem is that if it's a woman, especially that we are not married to, so every woman besides that one, we know we will get fake ideas, false illusions and all these things. It's not right. It's not right because of men if it's a woman that's giving us this love. In this case, we ought to give love to each other as men. We are brothers. Deep down anyway, we care greatly about the people we have around. The friends that you have, most guys would take bullets for their friends, but genuinely, they're not just oh whatever. I'm not saying that girl friendships are bad or whatever, but it's a different dynamic. Men are more willing to die for so many more things than other people, and other people might get scared or whatever. But a man would be willing to die for their brothers, for their friends. Yet they don't give them love, in a visible manner, in a way that makes them feel better about themselves. In my life, as I said earlier in the video, I give love to my friends. I give love to even strangers, right? Love, it doesn't run out if you just give it, right? In giving, we receive anyway. So if I'm giving out love to these people, if I'm giving them compliments, honest compliments, if I appreciate the little things about their character and humor, and not in a romantic manner because I'm not homosexual, but in a way that I appreciate my brother out there, and I know that how hard it is to be a man, and I know that we fight and we battle a lot. So this little appreciation, when a man gives it to me, I also take a great deal of appreciation towards it. So what's preventing me from giving it to somebody else? Perhaps ego, perhaps embarrassment, perhaps whatever. But I implore you, and I ask of you very humbly, to give some love to your friends, to give some love to a stranger, and to say to them, hey, you're rocking that jacket, or something like that. Make them feel better about themselves. Say things honestly, of course, don't. You can always pick out one good thing about somebody. There's no need to fake it. So just pick out the thing that you do appreciate. And again, since it's in giving that we receive, if you feel like you in your life, nobody's doing that to you, well, by starting to give to others, you will start to feel more love in the world. These things will be reciprocated. It's like nobody gives a compliment. Well, yes, they do. Women specifically. And just says, thanks, right? Like we say, oh man, thank you. And then you reply with something that you appreciate about the other person. You have this great groove going in your life, and you will make other people feel better too. Above all, if you wish that you would have some love, then you ought to become the change you want to see in the world. As a last push, think about all of these people that are grieving and hurting. Think about all your brothers. You are a man yourself, or a woman, whatever watching this, but you are a man yourself, and you know how difficult it is in society to actually be a proper man. You know the stakes, you know the responsibilities you take on. Why don't you greet your fellow brother with a warm hug, with a kind smile, with kind words, with warmth and affection? Do you know the impact of this type of encouragement and love towards a person that's broken a little bit? Because we live for love. So a person that has no love in their life is just suffering. And we are men, and we put through a storm and silence, and we never raise our hand, which is something we need to work on a little bit. But alas, be a positive force, love those you have nearby, love everybody, and strive to be 1% better every day. Much love. Quick reminder to fix your posture and take deep breaths into your diaphragm from your nose.